Yo, what's up guys? Yeah, pokeaim here. Today we are back with some Pokemon Sword and Shield news. For the Crown Tundra, Kyurem-Black and Zygarde have been banned from OU. Now this is actually a response to the recent survey that went out. I believe over 3,000 people so far have given their opinion on the current OU tier. And yeah, let's kind of just read the post. You guys can give me your thoughts. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Also, I mean, if you like G Fuel, I got 30% off until the 23rd of this month. However, it is a caffeinated product. If you're a kid, don't pick it up. You know, be over 18. And if you don't like caffeine, but you want to support me, you want to pick something up anyway, they have the hydration line, which doesn't have any caffeine, sugar, or calories. I personally like the strawberry lemonade. That's my favorite. I'm kind of switching completely to the hydration line, or trying to anyway. But yeah, enough about all that. Kyurem-Black was banned. Kyurem was back in black, okay, for the release of Crown Tundra, coming off being quick banned promptly after being released with Pokemon Home earlier this year. Kyurem-Black was already one of the strongest Pokemon in the game with a scary base 170 attack, but it also gained access to Dragon Dance and Icicle Spear, making it one of the best sweepers in the recent OU history. Icicle Spear gave Kyurem-Black the famous Bolt Beam combination, obviously with that plus Fusion Bolt, which meant that it was only walled by a small handful of Pokemon as is. Combine this with access to heavy-duty boots and superb 125, 190 bulk, you can get more than enough setup opportunities, making Kyurem-Black an unstoppable force for unprepared teams. And I mean, he's going to go into it in a minute, but it was crazy how much boots did. First off, like it's really hard to knock out Kyurem-Black unless it's a strong, super effective move. Like a lot of neutral moves will not knock this Pokemon out. And the fact that it can't take rock damage is really big. The boots was such a crazy addition to Pokemon, man. And you might be like, well, I have like Magearna, or I have Melmetal, or I have Buzzwole on my team. Yeah, sometimes Kyurem-Black only needs Icicle Spear, Dragon Dance, and Fusion Bolt. Last move could be whatever. It could be Dual Wing Beat, it could be Earth Power. I've seen Mix with Life Orb Ice Beam. I think Mix was really good too, and people were just stuck on DD. But like every single time somebody wants a Melmetal, Earth Power, take them out. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. I'm just giving my thoughts overall. But preparing for Kyurem-Black is not particularly easy. Oh, just to like preface this, Zygarde also got banned. This is the only one that I felt needed to get banned from OU personally. I was still on the fence about Kyurem-Black. I mean, you saw my thoughts on it back when you saw that survey, if you saw that video. Preparing for Kyurem-Black is not particularly easy either. The tier's premier physical sweeper only has a small handful of reliable checks and counters with the ability to run Dragon Dance and the aforementioned Bolt Beam coverage alongside Substitute to prevent status affliction or Roost to increase longevity of the already durable Kyurem-Black. It is no surprise that many games ended with it sweeping. Oh, I also like Bandit Kyurem-Black as well. That wasn't like, I don't know if that's talked about here because I haven't read this yet in its entirety. But I really like Bandit Kyurem-Black as well. My boy JJ was using that, just clicking Fusion Bolt, Icicle. We basically just spam Icicle Spear with that Pokemon. Even if they go out to resist, it just does so much, especially when you're getting them 5 hits. But it's no surprise that many games ended with it sweeping. With this set, Kyurem-Black's main defensive checks are going to be Melmetal, Buzzwole, Magearna, Magnezone, and some more fringe steel types such as Cobalion or Jirachi. On occasion, you may see Earth Power or even Dual Wing Beat in the last slot on Kyurem-Black to try and invalidate these forms of counterplay, but these tend to be sporadically used. Regardless of what move Kyurem-Black is running in the last slot, for a Pokemon that punishes unprepared teams so well with an unmatched combination of physical strength and all-around bulk, it should be no surprise that Kyurem-Black has quickly become one of the premier Pokemon in Sword and Shield OU once again. When it was previously banned, the metagame was yet to develop, but now that post-DLC 2 metagame has developed a bit, I mean, I guess we've had about a month, so I'll stand by that. It's developing. I guess developing a bit, sure. I mean, I love the metagame, I'll be honest, I do. But Kyurem-Black's place still appears to be at the top, with very few reliable options defeating it. On top of the aforementioned defensive checks, it is true that the rare Fast or Choice Scarf user can also take care of it if it only has one Dragon Dance up, but not many of these are common, as it's oftentimes possible for Kyurem-Black to get multiple Dragon Dances up when facing bulkier teams. Finally, Kyurem-Black is also an absolute behemoth on hyper-offensive teams, taking advantage of support from screens or synergistic wing conditions, helping chip down Pokemon that could otherwise check it. These specific exploits with Kyurem-Black proved too challenging for many opposing teams to handle regardless of their original counterplay to Kyurem-Black. I actually saw one really cool team that had Acrobatics Urshifu plus Dragon Dance Sub-Dragon Dance Kyurem-Black, and Acrobatics Urshifu was used to deal with Buzzwole, and obviously Urshifu can naturally weaken Pokemon like Melmetal as well. The specific exploits with Kyurem-Black proved too challenging for many opposing teams to handle, regardless of their original counterplay to Kyurem-Black. Additionally, in the recent OU tiering survey, this is where they mentioned what everybody did, Kyurem-Black received a clear majority of support among all respawners, and specifically respawners with experience on both the high ladder and tournaments to be banned from the metagame. So basically he mentions that overall, a lot of people said it should be banned, or they were leaning towards it being banned / broken. Like I said, I was like a 2, with maybe a 3 at the most. I think I was a 2 in that, so I was kind of away from the ban. But also they also put like, oh man, are you in top 50 or top 150 of the ladder, or are you playing in tournaments? And those people also put a ban as well. We'll be sure to have more detailed posts outlining the results of the survey in the near future as well. So Kyurem-Black is banned. I feel like that's no surprise to people, though. I mean, I think eventually it was going to get banned too. Again, like I think that the big 3 after Landorus went down and Genesect were Kyurem-Black, Zygarde, and Pheromosa. I put them higher than Melmetal. I put them higher than potentially Cinderace or Magearna in the future as well. Though I do think that Magearna is going to get better with both Kyurem-Black and Zygarde banned. So will Melmetal, because Melmetal is typically like, on some teams we're running Assault Vest or Aqua Barrier or Leftovers Protect or Choice Band. That was like your go-to check to Kyurem-Black plus like Magearna plus whatever on their team. So a Melmetal that can't be weakened is going to be pretty cool. I don't think Melmetal is broken personally, at least not yet. And I also never thought that Melmetal was broken in the previous metas. I'll be 100% honest, and I know a lot of people felt the same with me, Finchinator, ABR, and some other high-level tournament players included. But it didn't matter what I felt, right? Because it got banned anyway. Given an opponent an offensive presence, Kyurem-Black is, and how limited the metagame is. My chair, you guys hear this? You guys hear when I rub against it? Whatever. Given an opponent an offensive presence, Kyurem-Black is, and how limited with the metagame is in ways to keep it in check, Kyurem-Black would be banned from OU effective immediately. Zygarde has been one of the most fearsome threats ever since the release of Crown Tundra. Facts. Despite a 4x weakness to Ice-type moves, Zygarde has made up for it with so many different positive characteristics. For starters, it has access to Thousand Arrows, which functions as one of the most easy to spam attacks in the game. True, has no immunities. The fact that it only needs one, Showdown. The fact that it only needs one attacking move that the other 3 can be just about anything Zygarde needs to function. Additionally, Zygarde has superb natural bulk, being able to withstand some strong neutral attacks comfortably, presenting many setup and attack possibilities that more fragile Pokemon lack. It's crazy just how bulky Zygarde is. Like, that mon is special defensive coil was something that was ran. They ran Banded, they ran Dragon Dance, they ran Sub Dragon Dance, they ran Sub Toxic Coil, they ran Sub Glare Coil. Sub Glare Coil, I think, in my opinion, was the scariest one, because I've seen that beat Rillaboom, I've seen that beat Unaware Fable. I actually saw CTC live beat Unaware Fable with that Zygarde. Maybe I can, there's like a clip on Twitter that I can put. But I saw him beat that live. I might not put it, but I'll probably upload some video of like seeing CTC and Blender and Suave in the future. Just gotta convince Blender to let me upload it. But other than that, I added him out. But I've also seen it beat like everything, man. Like, it's counters. I've seen it beat Jungle Healing Zarude, which is insane. I've seen it beat Buzzwole, which is also insane. Like, it's crazy. And even then, like, you can run Subtoxic as well to beat them a little bit easier in that regard. But yeah, has superb natural bulk, being able to withstand some strong neutral attacks comfortably, presenting many setup and attacking possibilities that more fragile Pokemon would lack. Perhaps what makes Zygarde such a distinguished presence in the current metagame is the fact that it can take advantage of these moveset openings and the great natural bulk with a great move pool. I mean, yeah, it's a fantastic Pokemon. Setup moves like Coil and Dragon Dance let it function as a win condition. Status moves like the infamous Glare and Toxic let it handpick its own counterplay. And other offensive moves like Extreme Speed and Scale Shot give it a wider array of attacking options for specific scenarios. I actually really like Banded Scale Shot because I would use it like when the other Zygarde would go for Sub, I go for Scale Shot, and I like 1v1 them. Zygarde can also function on a variety of team archetypes, being a superb win condition or breaker on balance while not losing a step, fitting onto more offensive teams as a dedicated win condition with the right support too. He's basically mentioning it didn't matter what type of team you had. You could have balance with like Moltres, Buzzwole Zygarde, or Grass Terrain plus Zygarde, or you can run like dual screens with Zygarde, you can run a Roar Valve with Zygarde, you can run Stall Zygarde too with like Rest Talk too. Like that mon can fit on anything, or even just Stall plus Coil. So the most noteworthy application of Zygarde is a special defensive Glare plus Coil variant, which has been making waves in the metagame since day one. This set is menacing as it's challenging to kill, especially without super effective or boosted attacks, which can be limited with the lack of hidden power in particular, but also is able to snowball out of control with just a little bit of timely Glare paralysis luck. And, you know, go back to the aforementioned counters, quote unquote, that has. Like, the one mon I haven't seen it lose to is a Flame Orbital Fable, just because it can do that plus like Ice Beam it or Moonblast. But it's crazy, like the lack of hidden power is pretty big too, because defensive landers used to be some counterplay. Leftovers landers could potentially beat it 1v1 as long as they had hidden power ice. It 3 KO it, or 2 KO depending on the Zygarde set. But now no hidden power ice, landers can't even beat landers. But it's also, what is it? I talked about Snowball Icon. Well, it's true there's some reliable answers such as Buzzwole, Tangrowth, Quagsire, and Zaru. The fact of the matter is that not many others can consistently handle the Zygarde set despite it being a particular defensive and offensive presence to fit on the team. And like I said, I've seen most of these Pokemon. Oh, I've seen most of these lose to Subtoxic, except for Zaru. But I've seen Zaru lose to Para because they got Para like 7 times in a row. The fact of the matter is that not many can consistently handle Zygarde set despite being practical. Being a practical defensive and offensive presence to fit on the teams. This alone can be seen as restrictive, but it's also just the tip of the iceberg for Zygarde. On the bulky end, it can also run a boosting set with Toxic as a status move of choice, which is capable of severely crippling some of the aforementioned would-be counterplay. Offensively, Choice Band Zygarde takes advantage of the spam ability of Thousand Arrows, especially well by using it as a foolproof way to break through opposition. With a slew of bulky Pokemon are capable of withstanding multiple Choice Band Thousand Arrows such as Tangrowth, Buzzwole, Rillaboom, Slowbro, and Zarude. Not many of these Pokemon appreciate the common partners of Zygarde's Choice Band set like Future Sight plus Teleport or Toxic Spikes. In addition, Zygarde still has the option to run strong Dragon Stab to break through some grass types or more doable walls at extreme speed to take out faster threats like Pheromosa. If you elect, I'm pretty sure by the way that Pheromosa is going to be looked at next along with Melmetal, and then probably like Magearna after that, but we'll see. They might even bring down Zamazenta Crown, who knows. We'll see the results of the survey soon. If you elect to, I'll make a video on the results of the survey as well, so we can just look at it together. If you'd like to forgo Choice Band, you can also go with an all-out win condition with Dragon Dance, which works especially well on hyper offense with the support of synergistic win conditions or screens. That's pretty big. I mean, Zygarde's really bulky, so it being able to sub up with screens is crazy. With everything considered, Zygarde is capable of being checked by a small handful of defensive presences, but this is still a very limited pool of Pokemon. Nothing whatsoever can account for the versatile range of sets Zygarde can run as a whole. While it is limited to just 4 moves, one of them, 1 item, and 510 EVs like any other Pokemon, Thousand Arrows grants so much versatility within those confines that Zygarde can take advantage of an unprecedented extent. I didn't see the 2N. It oftentimes warps how we construct our teams and what we do in order to be safe against it because of that having a seemingly overbearing impact on how we approach the metagame. The recent player base tiering survey also reflected a widespread belief that Zygarde should be the subject of a ban. Like I said, I posted 5 on that broken ban. Sorry, my chair's like touching my thing. Let me back up. Of the clear majority of both the overall responders and specific responders who achieved strong results in the ladder or in a tournament, both reflecting this in their responses. More of this will be posted later this week. So again, we're going to be having more of the survey, what happened later this week. Given how limited Zygarde's counterplay is and how effective various complementary variants of Zygarde can be without much resistance facing the metagame, Zygarde will be banned from OU effective immediately. So Zygarde and Kyurem-B are banned. So this is going to be an interesting shift for the metagame, and I actually just want to look at the team builder real quick. But if you look at OU, I think one thing we're going to see is that Buzzwole might, it doesn't have to always run Ice Punch. Obviously, Ice Punch still hits Landorus, it still hits Dragapult, it still hits Dragonite, and then like Latios. So, I mean, it still hits some really good Pokemon, but it can elect to run Poison Jab more, which will give you like that hit off on Feeny, that hit off on Clefable. I've seen Stone Edge be ran as well, and Stone Edge can actually be ran more, just defensive. Like Buzzwole was a check to both of those Pokemon, right? Both Kyurem-B and Zygarde. So I could definitely run Stone Edge if it wants, because Moltres is probably going to be one of the #1 switch-ins. You can even run Leech Life. Like I don't even know if you need Bulk Up necessarily as a win con at the moment. You don't. Like you run Rocky Helmet plus whatever. Stone Edge lets you hit Zapdos for a little bit of damage. It'll knock out Moltres, which is pretty big. I love that Moltres and Nidoking are OU. That's so cool to me. So you might see a higher use of a rock move on that Pokemon itself. In terms of other things that get better with Zygarde being gone, Cinderace gets a lot better offensively. Excadrill gets better offensively. Heatran gets better offensively. It's already great, but it gets even better because Zygarde's one of the best checks. As well as Magearna, both defensively and offensively too. Melmetal, again, gets way stronger because it doesn't have to check some Pokemon that was meant to check. Like Melmetal beats Zygarde too in some regards. And then I think Regieleki is a big one. Obviously, you can use any ground type and you'll stop it, right? You use a Geodude in your team and Regieleki can't touch you. But I think Zygarde was a huge presence that really hindered its viability. Not that I think it's great. I think you can easily use Ring Target. I think you can easily use Teammates and Wear Down. But Zygarde was one of those that could easily come back from behind a sub and coiling and glaring. So I think Pokemon like Regieleki could get a lot better as well. And I feel like we're definitely going to see like something with Pheromosa happening very soon. So I just love the fact that like with Zygarde being gone, the Electrus can kind of rise up again a little bit better. Swampert gets better defensively because it doesn't have to worry about being glared. It can also drop Ice Beam if it wants to for Toxic, and it can run like Flip Turn, Protect, Toxic, Earthquake, or Stealth Rock. Obviously on that set, which I think is pretty nice too. I like Protect plus Toxic though. I like the ability to rack up health. And yeah, just counterplay becomes even stronger. We might see a rise in Corvi. It's still OU, but we might see a rise in Corvi. Though obviously the double birds are kind of running OU, right? You got Zapdos and Moltres, both of you amazing. It's so cool to see them both in OU, just at the same time. I wish Articuno was a little bit better. I think Articuno actually has a presence, but I'll discuss that at a later time. I think Rain gets stronger too because both Zygarde and Kyurem Black were something that could take a hit from Barraskewda. So they both get a lot stronger in that regard. Slowbro becomes a way better wall as it doesn't have to worry about being subbed up on if it's Future Sight and then Dragon Dancing up with Kyurem or Zygarde Toxicing it or glaring it. And yeah, I'm excited to see like how the metagame changes. So guys, leave me your thoughts down below. Another mon that gets better in terms of Zygarde is Blaziken. Like Zygarde naturally would eat a Shrugga hit off from Blaziken. So I'm excited to see if this mon actually gets just stronger in general. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Leave them down below. Do you think that this will make even Feeny looks stronger too? Just because it doesn't have to, if like, I mean, the reason I'm saying like top things like Feeny, oh man, it was a fairy and water type, of course it was going to be good versus both Zygarde and Kyurem Black. Yeah, it was. But now you don't really have that if, for example, if your opponent has Kyurem Black plus Zygarde on their team, and one of them fusion bolts to bring Tapu Fini down to 20% or something, if it was like +1, or, you know, maybe it does more, like 90, and then they knock you out in return if you're damaged, and then Zygarde comes in revenge, because you know that in that situation, like, you don't have these specific threats to overwhelm defensive counterplay. So, yeah, anyway, I'm excited to see what things end up happening, and ooh, Nidoking looks even better now too, because that speed tier above it with Kyurem Black is a big one that a lot of Pokemon don't hit, right? Defensive Zapdos doesn't hit. Obviously Zapdos doesn't. Obviously your Urshifu does. You have Torn, these don't usually go there. Spectre is always naturally. Rillaboom if it's Adamant, or Jolly, depends on, again, that. But of course it would Grassy Glide anyway. But you just see that speed tier is really nice. So in terms of breaking, I think Nidoking even gets better. So I'm excited. But thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the bans. What do you think will be banned next? I'm excited to see what the survey has to say, what the results are. It'd be cool to see if Zamazenta Crown gets tested in OU. Let me know your thoughts on that. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to pick up some G Fuel, my 30% off code. The link is down below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.